Now, I hadn't talked to him because of the simple fact, whenever it rained, our house phone did not work. So, and I don't know, I think because I was leaving, we had prepaid phones back then, and my mama phone got cut off. So because we had prepaid phones, I had the house phone, I just gave my phone to my mom when she had left. You know what I'm saying? So she could just buy minutes, because I had an unlimited phone. You get what I'm saying? I'm high, y'all. Anyway, so I had talked to my husband. He was calling his mom. He was calling his mom to relay messages to me, but I knew that my husband, I knew that, he was gonna call me, or I'm high. Anyway, long story short, that night I had cried. I literally had cried. And so he's supposed to been getting the paperwork and the stuff ready to send for us, because when he ended up sending for us sooner than he thought, because we was on his orders. So I cried, and so when he would call me, I would be kind of like, I would be excited, but I was excited because in my mind, I pretty much, she had put the doubt in me, in my head. So I was excited, but I was dry with him too. Like, when I'm mad about something, I catch random attitude. He'd be like, "What's wrong? I'm trying to get you here." And I think probably like that second week, I said, "Just be honest. You're not coming to get us." And he was kind of mad. I was like, "You're not gonna come in to get us, are you?" I said that. And he was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, y'all were actually supposed to leave. They already had the plane tickets and shit. Y'all supposed to leave with me, but them stupid ass people told me the wrong information." He was like, "What the fuck is you talking about?" I was like, "Well, I know you're not gonna come." I was like, "That's why I told you not to marry me." Because I used to tell him, "Don't marry me because I got kids by you. Marry me because you love me. I want somebody that actually love me. I don't want nobody that don't want me. I don't care that I have kids by you." Because that was it. If we wanted to be together, I wouldn't have had no more kids. I would have literally did everything in my power to get my tubes tied or not do it. Okay? Because back then I ain't really like sex like that anyway. So long story fucking short, if he would have left me, I would have never had my other kids like that. I mean that shit, because I didn't even want kids, and my husband tell you that. But back then, anything my husband asked me for, because he always used to make sure I was straight and take care of me, I didn't care. I gave him something. So I gave him kids. Like, right, Duck? Mm-hmm. Like no, and I ain't like, I was, when I said y'all, being pregnant was y'all go back and look at my postpartum stories, okay? You go back and look at my postpartum stories. They was back when I first started TikTok. When I tell you, like, being a new mom was very traumatizing to me. I may have been postpartum my whole first 5 years of being a mother. Anyway, I was no abuser, and I'm just saying that was hard. I knew I had to learn how to do this shit. Long story short, it was doubt. It was doubt in my mind. And like back then, I never got it to this day, y'all. When I buy something new or when I get something, I never ever get excited until I have it for a while, because everything that I ever got that made me happy when I was a child, it was taken away from me. You get what I'm saying? So even to this day, my husband would buy me gifts. I would be happy. I'm like that. The flower store, that was like one of the rare times when he walked in the door, those flowers, I was excited about something. It's annoying to him, but he gets it. It's a trigger for me. I'm in counseling. I'm in getting therapy for it. Okay, you guys. But anyway, so I had doubt. So he had started calling me more, trying to, just explaining the process, because he realized how I am. He realized that I'm starting to doubt him. So he would like call me. By this time, I don't know what happened, but that day I had saw her. Every time I would see her, I would get sad and I would be crying. And out of the blue one day, like pretty much for a week, y'all, I damn near cried myself to sleep. And one morning about 5 o'clock, I get a knock on the door. A knock, right? And it was a guy, and he was like, "Hey, I'm looking for Sheree Hardrick." And I'm like, "That's me." And it was certified mail, right? It was certified mail. And I opened the mail, and it was all like, it was our orders. It was like my plane ticket. it was everything like that I needed. And my mother-in-law, later on that day, I was like, holy shit, like this nigga is making this shit happen. But I still had doubt. Like, y'all, I still had doubt. Then I do. So I don't know why I just couldn't get that doubt out of my mind. So it wasn't 5 o'clock. It was like probably about 10 o'clock. I went down, and my mother, I don't know what time it was, but I knew it morning, but my mother-in-law came down, and she told me, hey, Dustin said, call him. And I was going to come down there and call him anyway, because it still was raining. Y'all remember, every time it rained, my phone don't work. So I went downstairs. He said, hey, some movers is coming. I said, okay, Doug, yeah. Now, remember the girl that had unloaded on me? The girl that, you know, her? As I was coming out, she tells the maintenance man, look, that bitch still here. That nigga ain't come to get her fat ass. She said just like that. And I walked upstairs. And when I went upstairs, I was just sad. I was just sad all day. Later, I found out that I had childhood depression. But I was really, really sad. You know, and I just could not, because I'm just the kind of person, I don't believe shit till I see it. Wings and things. I don't believe shit till I see it, y'all. Like, that's just me. Regular Buffalo. That's just me. That's just how I am. I don't believe shit till I see it, right? So, oh, yeah. So my husband telling me about the people that was supposed to come and pick up the house stuff. I didn't know what time, right? So, y'all remember, old girl had said, that fat bitch still here. So I went upstairs. I was really sad, and I had doubt. And I remember my kids was downstairs with my mother-in-law. So I just cried myself to sleep. And I used to do that a lot back then. And I slept a long time. When I go in sprouts of depression, at first I don't sleep, and then I end up sleeping a long time, because I can go days without sleeping. Long story short, you guys, I woke up probably about 7 a.m. in the morning to another knock on my door. And when I opened, I looked out the window. I was like, what my mama doing here? Because I saw the front of a rig like that. So when I opened the door, it was a big black man. He was like, hey, is your name Sheree Hardrick? Now, I still, even though I had doubt, I still packed. I still had all the stuff that I was supposed to do. I had actually did that before I sent the car, because I knew we was going to be taking our stuff down to my mother-in-law's apartment. So the guy was like, hey, we here to get your goods. Can you walk me through the house and tell me everything that is going? And I said, huh? Like that. He said, did your husband let you know that the movers was coming to move all of your household goods? I said, no. Then I said, yes. Like that. He said, and so I walked him through the house, and I told him everything that was going, everything that needs to go. I said, I didn't pack anything. He said, you don't pack, this is a full packing. I was like, for real? I had never heard of that. You know, I'm hood, I'm from the ghetto. You move your